Hey there, you're watching The Appreciationist, and my name is Peter Hartman.
I am Valerie Soule.
I am Samantha Barley.
And tonight we're talking about designing the self-acceptance. Well, look, today's going to be an interesting show because I'm operating on about 2 hours sleep. And,
wow.
I'm going to operate on 4 hours sleep. And so it's going to be a more subdued, sort of more of a peaceful show today. We have the fire.
No, but it's not how I feel. It's not how I feel. No. It's like almost spring.
Yeah, it's almost spring. You got to get that energy up. We got some warm weather. We have some happy people in the room today. And we're going to have a fun time talking about acceptance, which is a really important topic. Before we get to that, I have to let you know what I learned this week in our first segment called What I Learned This Week. Well, what did I learn this week? I learned a lot of cool things. We had our kin dinner on the 18th, drinks and dinner with peoples, and we asked the question, tell us something about yourself that you think we don't know, that you'd like us to know. And I heard some really interesting things. I mean, I still remember them now. It was very interesting, but you had to be there. So if you want to come out to the next kin, you'll be learning some new things about folks in our group. But I learned something interesting this week. It's actually a developing story, but it's reaching... I don't know if this is a crescendo, if this is the head, but it's really something newsworthy to talk about. In the United States, they are dealing with the Trump phenomenon, and there's a website called Indivisible, which is helping grassroots effort to organize protests and challenging their representatives at their offices. And so you have just thousands, now it's over 7,000 groups that are taking advantage of this site that instructs them, that trains them, that tells them how to go about it in order to organize grassroots efforts, in order to demonstrate that they're not happy with what's going on. It's really, really incredible. And the reason I mention this is because this to me reminds me heavily of my idea, Happy for a Change. Happy for a Change, which is about engaging socially and about changing the world. And what I like about Indivisible, what I like about what's happening in the world today in the United States is that they're not waiting for someone higher up to tell them what to do. They're not waiting for a government official, a senator, or congressman to organize it and tell them what to do. They're doing it on their own. Grassroots revolution. And I love that. And that's what I'm learning this week. What I'm learning is that things are changing, and the trouble that we're in is causing great ingenuity, great creativity, and great passion among people. And I am so glad to be alive here today. So what I learned this week is that people are exactly what I thought they would be: passionate individuals who are willing to step up when the need arises. That's what I learned this week. Well, look, the most important thing we do during the show is called a moment of appreciation. And that's where we look back at the past 7 days and we pick out something that we appreciated. It could be something good that happened, or it could be something that wasn't so great. But we can see value in today. So why not talk about it, right? Why not share that with everybody here? Anybody got a moment of appreciation? You got something on your mind, something that you appreciated, something good that happened? I had a lot of good things that happened, but I'll let you go first. I'll go first. So we did kin, like I mentioned. That was a great dinner. It was total fun. Hey, we were all there. I mean, that was a really good time. Good food, good drinks, good people. Then yesterday I did my first motivational group motivational consultation, I should say, and that went swimmingly. It went great. I loved everybody who was there. I know how I can make it better. But it was a great filling session where people left with something very useful. So I was very happy about that. And I also did, I can't remember where this falls on the week, but did we have a show after the comedy set I did?
No.
Yeah, okay, so I performed at the Underground Comedy Railroad, the Black History Month special, Colors of Comedy, and I killed. It was great. It was probably my best performance ever. I mean, I couldn't believe it, and I was so appreciative that our friend, that I had 2 friends join us, and, well, we had 3 friends join us, so it was really, really cool. It was great. I mean, just the laughter. I've listened to my set. I've recorded it. I've listened to it 50 times at least. At least. So
that's something you're gonna have to post online, that set, because it's like incredible. Like it's very good.
It's incredibly vulgar, maybe, but no, I'll post it online. It's just once you post it online, then you burn your material, then everybody knows your jokes, and then they don't come out. So that's the hard part. But we will be releasing clips soon. I like my set so much that we sent it to my mother, which I never do. My mother's a nice Christian lady. She has holy ears, and she can't stand the things that we say. But if you can get her to watch something, it's because it was also funny on top of being vulgar. So that was also my moments of appreciation. I had tons to appreciate this week, and just filled to the brim with appreciation. And I had a breakthrough with my Evoke cards, with the design for my cards. I gotta stop doing this because there's 2 videos on our page.
Yeah,
right now.
it's really weird.
Like this, and it looks like I'm concentrating, very serious. So I gotta go change that. So just
do this instead.
Like you're mind reading, like you're mind reading or something, or hypnotizing, or. I finally had a breakthrough with the design of the cards. I'm ready to get them out there. Hopefully, we'll be ordering the prototypes in a couple of days, and I'm super, super excited about that. So that's my moments of appreciation. You guys can go next. You only get one though, because I took up too much time. You only get one.
Okay, mine is going to be a short one. Saturday was great, and so that is one, but I'm not going to use it for this one. As I was going back to the metro station, as you know, it was nice outside, but we had lots of puddles everywhere and slush and ice all over the sidewalk, and so it was kind of a obstacle course getting to the metro. And I had some people, a couple in front of me, that stopped right before the metro station because there was a huge puddle. It looked like a lake. It was so big. And because it was dark, like if they hadn't stopped and if they hadn't seen it, to me, I would have just walked right through it because it looked like it was just pavement. And so they said, no, watch out, watch out. And then they were telling me where to walk so that it would. They were so sweet. I thought just the kindness of strangers. I love that. It's just that they were so sweet. And then after that, we ended up talking all the way to the metro together. So it was nice. And so this is the kind of surprise that I love.
Isn't that cool? I really like that. I honestly, I think we all know about the obstacle course that we've had to deal with, and I can just imagine that lake, that water, just walking into that. Sam's been saving me from puddles as we've been walking there. That's really cool. I like that. Yeah, the kindness of strangers meeting them. So you ended up talking with them?
Yeah, a little bit for about 5 minutes going down to the metro, and yeah, they were super nice.
Oh, that's really cool. Really awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that. I really love that. How about you, Sam? You got a moment of appreciation for us?
I have a lot of little ones, but I'll just sort of, I want to tag on to what Val was saying lately. And I even when I'm out with Peter, I'm always like really appreciating rubber boots. So I have rubber boots, and I only got them last year for the gardening that I was doing. And I went since I was a kid until last year not owning a pair of rubber boots. And so since last year, whenever I have the chance to wear rubber boots, I am just so appreciative of them. Even today I went for a walk along the water, and there's puddles everywhere, and I just walk right through, and I just enjoy that. And so that's something that everybody should get, is a pair of rubber boots, because it's really satisfying. So that's one. Today it was beautiful out, so walking by the water, I was sending Peter pictures, just how warm it was. It was 6 degrees. So that was super great. I'm looking forward to spring and everything melting. The other thing is I went to pick up my glasses. I had ruined my glasses a little while ago, and I was putting it off. I was trying to find a good deal on prices and stuff. And last week I was about to go and get the glasses at New Look, and just the lenses themselves, and they were going to cost $200. And I was like, oh, there's this new place that opened up near my house, Lunetterie Dépôt. And I was like, let me just call them and let me just go see. And so I went, and it was $100 instead of $200. I was set, last week when I did it, I was seconds away, to go to New Look to buy them. And so I went and I picked them up today, and so I can finally see clearly again, and I saved money. And so that's always very exciting to me. Yeah, so I'll keep it at those two for now. And yes, that's it.
I like that. That's really cool. Saving money. A boot-related moments of appreciation. I like that. I feel left out. You know what? Make sure if you're gonna get boots like that, make sure they're rubber boots and not rain boots. Because I wore rain boots during one winter when I was in high school. Our school went to a winter retreat, and I wore rain boots, and I got frostbite on my shoes. And my feet, I couldn't walk on my feet for the days that we were up there. All my friends were outside playing and sliding around, and I'm indoors crawling on my hands and knees because I can't walk on my feet. So yeah, don't wear rain boots. We were very poor.
But I don't know what the difference is. Like mine, you're not supposed to wear in the winter, I don't think.
Are they warm?
For 6 degrees, they're warm, yeah. But like I wouldn't wear them 20 below, no.
Oh, well, because you said rubber boots, I thought that was different. Because
I don't think they're different. No, I don't think it's different.
Well, mine were super thin, cheap rain boots, and my feet were this far away from the snow that they were being protected from. And I never thought that getting frostbite would be so fun. I got the whole run of the cabin. I got to read what I wanted to read. I got to play with the games that were there. I was all by myself during this winter retreat. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I was so happy that I didn't get to have to go outside and play with everybody else, that I got to be by myself. And all I had to do was walk around on my hands and knees, mind you. Anyway. So for the next segment we have, it's called What a Great Idea, and that's where we point you towards a product or a service that is deserving of your attention, because whatever we give our attention to becomes a greater part of our experience. So why not give our attention to some great ideas? This week's great idea comes from Sam again. It's a website called Symbi. Symbi. I'm just going to pull that up here. Symbi, it's for symbiotic economy. Welcome to the symbiotic economy. And it's actually super cool. What you can do is you get to exchange your skills for something else. You get to trade your skills or services for something else, right? So instead of using money, you're using a symbiotic economy. So you're able to do graphic design. Somebody else is able to translate your document. Ooh, switch. And I think that's really, really cool. So if you haven't checked it out, if you haven't heard or seen anything like this before, you can check it out at symbi.com. We're posting that on our Facebook page at facebook.com/theappreciationist. Also, I want to let you know that we're Happy for Change is back again, and we're having our first meetup for this year this weekend on Sunday. It'll be 4:30, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's going to be in the evening. Go check that out at meetup.com/happyforachange. That's meetup.com/happyforachange. I want to hear your great ideas that can change the world. And you're also going to hear about the Happy for a Change perspective, which I think is really, this is the time for it, right, Sam?
I need to just mention that next week we're not going to be doing the show because you're also doing another meetup for Happy for a Change on the 1st, which falls on a Wednesday next week. The University of the Streets.
That's right. Darn it. We have a special guest for next week too. I'm gonna have to change. I completely didn't realize.
What? We have a special guest? I didn't even know.
Yeah, we have a comedian who's coming on. It's gonna be a special.
You gotta go through the producer, otherwise these things are gonna happen. So just you know.
You're right. A little online chastisement. I like that. All right, you guys ready for the topic of the show? Designing the self, acceptance. Oh my goodness, 21. We gotta. Oh no, wait, but Val's home, so she's not gonna be able to jump away. All right, you guys. Acceptance. Very cool. Today, I'm accepting the fact that you know, I'm not a good sleeper. It's just a problem I have to work on, you know. When it comes to self-acceptance, why is self-acceptance important? Why do you think that self-acceptance is important?
Are we talking about self-acceptance or acceptance?
We should say acceptance. Yeah. Why is acceptance important? What is so important about that? You know. Okay. So there are things about myself that I like, things that I don't like. Do I accept everything? I don't know. Why is acceptance important? Whether it's for yourself or for other people.
Releases resistance.
Go ahead.
No, that's good. I was just going to say it releases resistance when you're resisting something. I mean, that's what I would say the opposite of acceptance is resisting. The tension goes away.
I like that. The tension goes away. You're not sort of holding yourself back. I like that. Not accepting something is actually an excuse to sort of hold your breath, an excuse to sort of hold yourself back. That's very interesting. I like that perspective. How about you, Val? When you think about acceptance, why do you think that's important or valuable?
I was going to say pretty much the same thing, except I was going to relate it to the body. I mean, you just feel, when you're not resisting, or like you feel open in your body. You don't feel any contraction, any tension. It just feels better. Like if you're thinking, I mean, of course, emotionally, but even in your body, if you pay attention to that, so that gives you a good indication that it's probably better for you.
I really like that. I want to make the distinction between, when it comes to acceptance, that acceptance doesn't mean to tolerate everything that's happening to you, to sort of do nothing to mitigate the problems in your environment or the problems with the people you're dealing with or yourself. Acceptance is not about action, right? It's about our emotions, right? We're accepting the emotional state of being that we're existing in, and we're accepting that we can do something about it, right? Part of acceptance to me is recognizing that you do have some control, that you do have the ability to influence your environment. But I wouldn't want people to think, you know, the question is that how much acceptance is too much, right? Somebody slaps you in the face and you're like, oh, thank you very much for that wonderful experience. I'm not sure that's what we're talking about when we're talking about acceptance, but some people can think that, hey, if I'm not happy with everything that's happening, if I'm not allowing everything to occur, then I'm not accepting. And to me, acceptance is more about, well, like what you're talking about here. Just allowing when it comes to your emotions, allowing when it comes to your thoughts, accepting the characteristics of who you are while accepting that you can change those things. And so when does acceptance, when do you know, what is an indication that you've learned to become more accepting? What does that look like? If somebody has learned acceptance, what do they look like? What's that indication? I imagine they seem less irritable. I imagine they seem more fun to
I would say more zen-like.
More zen-like?
But I mean, again, I don't think anybody is accepting of everything and everyone in every circumstance. But I think it probably it's somebody who looks at peace, or close to that. Sometimes it may not be exactly the synonym, but yeah, like more relaxed, more accepting, and calm, probably. Not unhinged easily.
Interesting. So you're feeling calm, you're feeling more relaxed and more at peace, but also you're less able to be perturbed and to be disturbed because, yeah, I like that. I like that. How about you, Sam? What do you think? When somebody's learning, when somebody's achieved a level of acceptance, I mean, I don't know how to phrase it. You're not ever going to achieve a plateau, but what does that look like?
Well, so what I would say is that somebody who's learned acceptance may not necessarily be that Zen person. Like they can seem that way. Like I've met people like that, but for myself, this is something I'm still working on, but what I'm recognizing in me is that I will feel the resistance towards something. So there might be like a reaction. I might not just be like Zen with everything and just calm and everything's fine, but there might be a reaction. And then the time it takes me to sort of refigure that, refigure my perspective, shifting my perspective, looking at it in a different way, talking to myself, calming myself down, breathing. It could be a few seconds in some instances, it could be a few minutes in some instances, it could be a day. And but I would say that, acceptance doesn't necessarily mean that as soon as something happens, there's no reaction. Because I don't know, like that, I think in some instances it can, but we are, emotional beings, and we have preferences for things, and when things don't go our way, there are emotions that are felt, and so there could be that sort of few seconds, few minutes, few days sort of time before we like accept the situation or see it from a different perspective. Yeah.
I know, I like that. I know that for me, acceptance, what gets me there, what gets me to that place of acceptance is knowing that I know what to do about what's happening. I feel like there are those martial arts exercises, those martial arts that you, instead of using force, you're using you're using the force, the energy of your attacker against them. You're like stepping aside, you're using their motion. And to me, acceptance kind of feels like that. Like if something big comes towards me or small comes towards me or anything happens, I know how to move. I know how to sort of be fluid. I know how to deal with the situation. I can integrate what's happening to me. And so I like the word that you're using, reaction, you know, just like I was talking about, you're not as perturbed, right? You will be bothered, but you will find harmony with your new circumstance, meaning that you will find a balance. You'll know what to do. You'll know how to act. You'll know how to go about your situations. And I kind of like that definition of acceptance. It's sort of not that everything is always relaxed. Of course, that's going to be an element of it, but that you are more able to deal with what's happening because you value the situation, you value what's happening, you can see how it fits in. And it's just like if your kid, I woke up the other day and the nephew had taken my markers and drawn all over the floor and all over the table. And I got to acceptance because I recognized not only is he a kid and he gets to do these things, but I know what to do. I can wipe it up, I can clean it. It's not the end of the world. And so that helps me to sort of deal with acceptance. So to wrap up the conversation, if someone wants to work on acceptance, if someone wants to develop their ability to accept things, in what way do you encourage them to do that? You know, as life coaches, and what sort of advice or tips do you provide to people who are interested in developing acceptance of self or other people?
Well, I think you mentioned it. It's and I think Sam did too. When you see the value in what is happening, then you're transforming it as you see the value. So I think that's the best way to get to acceptance, because at first you don't accept it, and then, you know, but to get to it is like see the value in it, and then that's it. Transformation happens the minute you realize you have that power. That's I think this is a good way to do it.
Yeah, I think so too. Sam?
So what I've been practicing is a lot of mindfulness. So you can look up mindfulness, which is just being more present in the moment. Something I've been listening to is Gateways to the Now by Eckhart Tolle. That's something that can really help you to sort of see, like, to really be in the present moment, not thinking about, you know, tomorrow or yesterday or how I'm feeling or what's going on, but really just sort of being now here, you know, focusing on your breath. Meditation helps, really helps you to, like, when a situation happens, you're already in a more calm state, so your reaction isn't as intense, and you see it differently. You see it from a different perspective. So just practicing to be here now, right now, more often than not, because what I've noticed is, even for myself, there's always this like sort of general anxiety, like just sort of this stress that you might feel. And I know a lot of my clients feel that as well. And so by like practicing being just here now, not thinking about anything, you like chill out, you like really chill out. And it'll change how you sort of react to situations. So meditation, mindfulness, yeah.
Yeah, well, when we're talking about anxiety or distress, we're talking about the negative expectation. We're talking about looking ahead to the next moment and being concerned about how that's going to affect you. And but being now, it's actually not possible to worry, to have a negative expectation when you're focused in the present. Now, that's, of course, a whole other can of worms. How do you allow yourself to be more in the present? Sam, you mentioned the book there.
So it's not a book. Right now I'm listening to an audio. I'm listening to it on Spotify, but I think you can get it on iTunes and stuff. So Gateways to the Now.
Gateways to the Now. So I really love that's actually really some really good advice there. You're allowing yourself to be in the present, and then also what Val is saying, appreciation, right? When we see the value in what's happening to us, we are appreciating what's happening, and those are very good ways in order to develop acceptance, right? And
I've got one more. We talked about it, perspective, basically. If like looking at things, looking at the bigger picture, that also helps. I find in seeing things differently, and maybe it helps you to accept things as they are when you see the big picture and see how they fit into, I don't know, your life, or, you know, your month, or, you know, just see it in a different way.
I love that. Changing your perspective, finding ways to appreciating the value of your life experience, and being present in the now. You know, if you're looking to be in the present, find some activity to do. Go for a walk, go for a jog, eat something cool, spend some time with some friends. It's kind of easy to accept life when you are more focused on what's happening right here and right now, and appreciating that. I love everything that you guys said. Love it. And the key is there. We have one more segment coming up, what's for dinner, but I just gotta say I really appreciate that, especially on the show. I'm finding that I need to say less and less because you guys are providing really, really good and total information. So thank you so much, Sam and Val. If you want to find out more about Samantha, you can find her at samanthabarley.com, and you can check out Valerie at thepowerofemotions.ca. I want to let you know real quick what's coming up our calendar.
I just wanted to say thank you for letting us talk.
Yes.
That was like an insult housed in a compliment.
But it's like it comes from a place of love. It comes from a place of love.
Of course. But good ones. Really.
I'm like getting you back for all those times that you teased me on all the other shows. You know, I'm just like, yeah, getting you.
Well, look, you can appreciate something good that happened, or it can be something that wasn't so great, but that you could see the value in today, like comments from, no, I'm kidding, I'm loving it. Let you know what's quickly coming up on our calendar. We got a lot coming up on our calendar, I think. We have
I have one on Saturday if you want me to mention it, since I remember. Please. Elvira and I are going to be moderators for a discussion on imagination versus reality. So that should be fun.
That's going to be fun. Imagination versus reality. It's going to be both Valerie Soule and Elvira Limzanova. That's going to be on the 25th. That's this Saturday at 3 p.m. So definitely go and check that out. I have an event.
Well, I'll go next since it's next.
I'm going to go next, yeah.
So I'm doing an appreciation walk on Sunday at 1:30 p.m. This will be before Peter's meetup. So appreciation walk on Mount Royal. There is a chance that I'm going to have to cancel because it looks like it might like really pour a lot of rain on Saturday and then like freeze on Sunday. So I don't know if I can walk in that. So just keep your eyes open for messages, but I really hope that we can do it.
Really, really cool. And then for Happy for a Change, we're having a meetup that's on the 26th, so that's this Sunday. Great ideas for social change. So if you're interested in engaging with the world, finding really cool ideas, feeling more positive, and finding a purpose in life, if you check out Happy for a Change. You guys!
Oh, hold on. I have something tomorrow. So this is Self-Discovery Montreal. You can go to samanthabarley.com and click on events or look up Self-Discovery Montreal on Meetup. So tomorrow I'm doing group life coaching, Love Yourself. So you're going to learn all about how love will affect all your different aspects of your life, how you feel, your relationships, career, everything. So come on out.
Come on out. Well, you guys, what did you eat in the last 7 days that you enjoyed? What's for dinner?
Okay, for dinner tonight, I'm planning. I think Sam's going to be proud of me. I have some pea soup with curry in it, and I have fresh vegetables that I'm going to cut and add to it. Yeah, looking forward to that, actually. And so it comes kind of from your idea that you gave us on Saturday. Not exactly, but you know.
Nice. I thought of you. I bought another jar, and I was like, I'm gonna take a picture. I'll actually take a picture and send it to you. One of the jars that I really like just an Indian. Anyway, so I guess that'll be my what's for dinner. No, I don't want to explain it all. It was very cool.
Yeah, we were sitting down, and Sam was like enthralling people with how she made this wonderful dish, and everyone was like, "What? It sounds delicious."
Anyway, just simple stuff you can make. Mine is. Just now I made crepes. So I had sourdough starter in my fridge. So we're gonna talk about sourdough again. Sourdough starter, and it was like overflowing the jar. And I was like, I gotta use some of it. And so I just made crepes and ate a crepe. It's not even dinner time. I have a session from 8 to 9, dinner's at 9. So I don't even know if I'm gonna be hungry, but it was delicious. And I put a piece of dark chocolate almond chocolate bar in it and ate that and put fresh honey on it, and it was delicious.
I had I was treated to brunch. It was really cool. I was treated to brunch by Samantha, so I felt a great appreciation for that. Food is really good. It always tastes better when somebody else pays for it. It's just the truth. It's just how it works. It's science. Okay, that's science. You guys,
it's a fact.
We did it.
Yay!
Thank you very much for tuning into the show. Tune in for another exciting episode next Wednesday at 7 p.m. The Appreciationist. Take care, you guys.
Bye.
Bye.